First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, to Master Sakya Tsang, to the 16 Gama King Kamapa, and Master Dzogchen Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa, Kalachakra Buddha, Sumo, Dzogchen Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs today. From the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from the NAACC, Secretary General Daniel Liao and Madam Liao, Dharma Sister Judy. From Academia Sinica, the academician Professor Zhu Siyi and Mrs. Zhu. From the Nantou County government, from the Aboriginal department, the head of the department, Mr. and Mrs. Tsang. From Zhongshan Medical University, affiliated plastic surgery department, the head of the department, Ms. Dr. Tsang. From Asian College of Knowledge Management, Dr. Lee and Mrs. Lee. From the group of professors of the Buddha School, especially Professor Wang Jingxian, Professor Wang Li, Professor Hong Xin-yi, Professor Lin Xiuji, Professor Cai Guoyi, Professor Gu Haoxiang, Professor Ye Shuwen, Dr. Yu Jiangcheng, Dr. Liang Caofan, Medical Dr. Lin Jun'an, and the councilman from Tainan City, Mr. Cai Wangchun, and a representative to the council person from Kaohsiung City, Xu Huiyu, and a representative to the council person from Taichung City, Su Boxing, and the advising attorneys to the Tibet Foundation, Mr. Luo and Mrs. Huang. The president from the Worldwide Lotus Light Charitable Society, Master Tsang. And the president of the Lotus Light Charitable Society of Taiwan, Mr. Li Chunyang. A sand sculpting master, Mr. Wang Songpan. And from Bhutan, Namgal Kampu. And a notable entrepreneur from Hong Kong, the Datuk Kenneth Loy and Mrs. Loy, the Natin.
My university classmate, Zhu Jinshui 先生及夫人陈哲佳女士。
Mr. and Mrs. Zhu Jinshui. From Jingyi Enterprise General Manager, Ms. Tsang Yi-zhen. From Taiwan Financial Holdings, a manager from the insurance brokerage, Mr. Lin Wen-hong. Producers from the CTI TV Taiwan, Gili Diansang Xinten, Dharma sister Rebecca Shiachi.
My sister Lu Mei女士.
And a famous entertainer from Hong Kong, Mr. Fang. And Miss Deng. Good afternoon, how do you do? Taiwanese, Mandarin, Cantonese.
Thank you for coming. Good afternoon and the konnichiwa. Domo konnichiwa. Selamat siang, selamat petang. Hola, amigo. Sawadee. Kamsahamnida. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Today we perform Kalachakra Homa, fire offering ceremony. So every time I transmit Kalachakra Dharma, for the first time was in the year of 2000 in Hong Kong. I transmitted Kalachakra Tantric Dharma. And from then on, I had also transmitted Kalachakra Tantra in many other countries. And there are many Dharma practices, including the Kalachakra shield protection practice, Kalachakra 9 stages of meditational practice, Kalachakra accomplishment practice, Kalachakra Vajrakila Tantric practice, Kalachakra Sun and Moon Disc practice, Kalachakra Vajra Chain Dharma practice. And the Kalachakra True Vajrakila Tantric practice was transmitted in Hong Kong, right? Linko.
在新加坡，哇，这长老都忘了。
Oh, even our senior venerable also forgot. It's been a long time ago, so I remember there were Hong Kong, Singapore. The basic meaning was in Taiwan Dzogchen Temple, the Kalachakra shield in Linko. The 9 stages of meditation practice was in Panama, and the Vajra chain was in Indonesia, And in London was the precepts, and Malaysia was the Vajakila. And also in New York, so the empowerments today would include the true Vajakila, the 9 stages of meditational practice, the accomplishment practice, the shield protection practice, the sun and moon disc, and also Vajra chain, Kalachakra Dharma practice, and also the precepts. And there are many more that's not listed here that were transmitted in many countries around the world. So today, the empowerments will be conferred, including the 7 great practice. So that's the water empowerment, including the great 5, which would transform to become the 5 Buddha mothers. And then the crown empowerments, which is the 5 aggregates that would transform to become 5 Buddhas, and the ribbon empowerment, so it's like what Grandmaster is wearing, like ribbons, that would purify the chi, vital energy of the yogini. And the touch empowerment, and also the action empowerments, and the name empowerments is to bestow a name or epithet, and the permission empowerment, which means that you would be able to start practicing the Kalachakra practices. Kalachakra encompasses really widely. In Tibet, the Kalachakra Tantra is only transmitted by the great lamas. And according to what we know, the Dalai Lama transmitted Kalachakra Tantra, including also Panchen Lama, and the living Buddha Kong Tang Chang, and also Kalu Rinpoche in the past also transmitted Kalachakra Tantra. And not many others. And in the Han speaking area, only Grandmaster Lu transmits Kalachakra Tantra for the Chinese speaking people. So Kalachakra Tantra needs lineage, and I have 2 lineage for Kalachakra. One came from the living Buddha Ganzu from Mongolia, the Ganzu Rinpoche. And in the past in Mongolia there were 2 living Buddhas. One is Tsang living Buddha, and the other is Ganzu living Buddha. And Ganzu living Buddha transmitted Kalachakra to Master Dukta Nima. And Master Dukta Nima, during the Qing dynasty, compiled all the sutras or discourses for the Tibetan Buddhism. Master Dukta Nima, who transmitted to Master Dukten Dali. And Master Dukten Dali is the guru of Master Dukten Darji. And then Master Dukten Darji transmitted the Dharma to me, which is living Buddha Lian Sheng, the Dharma King. I remember during the Hong Kong ceremony in Hong Kong, I had the lineage item from Master Dukten Dorji. Do you remember? A letter, and inside it the lineage are written on it, and also the tantric practice of Kalachakra. So Grandmaster Lu Kalachakra's transmission has true lineage. It's not a fraud. It's authentic. And the second lineage came from Panchen Lama the ninth. And Panchen Lama, on the way from Beijing to Tibet, when he was in Gansu province of China, in Qinghai, there was a place called Yisu. Master Tsang had been there. And Master Tsang did a lot of charity there in Yisu, Qinghai. The ninth Panchen Lama at Yisu for the last time transmitted Kalachakra Tantra, and Master Sakya Zengkong received the Dharma transmission of Kalachakra, and he then transmitted to Tsang Lu, the Dharma King, living Buddha Lian Sheng. And this is a true lineage, authentic and not fake or fraudulent. And the meaning of Kalachakra, the wheel of time, actually is very simple, but to expound it in great details are very difficult. But for each of my Dharma transmissions, I always teach in great details. But in order to give a detailed teachings, it would take about a month. That's for the details, because I have transmitted so much before. So if you want to learn the details from the past teachings, you can check the organizers, maybe for the DVDs or CDs or the whole set of the Kalachakra teachings. You can check with the different temples who held the ceremonies, or any organization that compiled the teachings. Kalachakra, they are the inner chakra, inner wheels and outer wheel. And the inner wheel refers to our bodies, which comprises the chi, vital energy, channel and light drops. And then there's also the outer practice, and the outer practice is the universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all the planetary system. That's the outer wheel. And then with the main deity, the Yidam, from the outer, the symbol would be Kalachakra Heruka. That's the outer wheel. And then you combine the inner Kalachakra with the outer Kalachakra and make use of it. Then you enter into the other Kalachakra. So the other or the special Kala chakra is the combination of the inner and outer Kala chakra. So once you have the fruition of the special or other Kala chakra, then you would become the Kala chakra Buddha. Then through this Kala chakra tantra practice, you would be able to attain and become the Kala chakra Buddha. So there are many supreme meanings to receiving Kala chakra Dharma empowerments. So if you can diligently practice and abide by the precepts, you would be able to attain Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes. Second, by receiving Kala chakra empowerments and then you recite the mantras and perform the practice, then you would be free from all calamities. Third, if you practice Kala chakra Dharma and recite the mantras, in the future lives you would not be able to fall into the 3 lower realms. So if you can perform Kala chakra practice and recite the mantras, you will not fall into the 3 lower realms. By receiving Kala chakra empowerment, you would be able to attain Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes. And by receiving the empowerments, you would be able to free from all disasters, natural disasters, battle, wars, weapons, and be kept safe and guaranteed to be reborn into the Shambhala Pure Land or Shangri-La. Shangri-La is the same as Shambhala, like the song that we sang. So Shangri-La or Shambhala is Pure Land. And the second king of Shambhala was the great white lotus king, and that was the incarnation of Grandmaster. And the white lotus great king wrote a book that was called the Uncontaminated Radiant Discourses, that was written by the second king of Shambhala. That he received the Kala chakra tantra from the Buddha and then transmitted, and then went to Shambhala and then transmitted to the kings of Shambhala. So Kala chakra was very widespread in Shambhala, and the great white lotus king was the second king, and the first king should have been the reincarnation of Manjushri Bodhisattva, and the second king was reincarnation of Padma Kumara, the great white lotus king. So he composed the uncontaminated radiance discourse. So the fact that Grandmaster is able to transmit so much about Kala chakra Dharma Tantra, that's why there is a reason why Grandmaster Lu is able to transmit Kala chakra Tantra. And I have transmitted the Kala chakra Tantra for a very long time. So you need to remember the many benefits of Kala chakra Tantra. You need to train in the Qi channels and light drops for the inner practice, and then the empty nature of the Kala chakra. That was the mantra for Kala chakra. 10 syllables. And each of the syllables has a special meaning, as I said before. And that's the fundamental meaning of Kala chakra. If you comprehend that, then you would know what is the true meaning of Kala chakra. And then at that time, if you practice Kala Chakra, you would be able to enter into the special or other Kala Chakra. So, and then when you attain the fundamental meaning, you would be the same as an emanation of the Kala Chakra. Now let's continue on the Great Perfection Dharma. Let me read from the book. Now the Dharma wheel has started to turn. The Dharma wheel of the first and foremost Tantric Dharma of Tibetan Tantrayana has started to turn. The Great Perfection Dharma is the highest of the foremost Dharma. It is the most supreme of all supremes. It is to enlighten people with perfect wisdom. It is completely developing to the greatest extent. It is manifesting the profundity of emptiness, and it is the Dharma gate to attain Buddhahood in this very lifetime. If you're interested or have the affinity, please come and receive a refuge initiation empowerment. And by following the proper instructions from Guru Lien Seng and practicing diligently, you must be able to attain the perfect supreme realm and arrive at the perfect supreme realm and arrive at the Buddhahood of Padma Kumara Siddhi. The Dharma wheel is perfect with wisdom, perfect with merits and virtues, and it is turned by Vajra Master Lien Seng, who has the most supreme lineage of Guru Padmasambhava, who is a truly supreme Guru. Guru Lien Seng then blessed and empowered all of his disciples, and they practiced diligently every day without slack. This kind of disciples will definitely gain great attainments and easily attain the marvelous fruition of Buddhahood in this lifetime. So the great Dharma wheel of Great Perfection Dharma was turned by the Guru Vajra Master Vajra Acharya Lien Seng. So in this article, the most important parts are I had some skin problem, so I went to the Dr. Liao and asked if my skin disease would be cured. And he said, yes, it will be cured. And then I asked again, would it recur? Yes. Then what does that mean? So the Dr. Liao asked me instead, so have you ever caught cold? Yes. And will you catch cold again in the future? Yes. Well, that's the same. So that means that my skin disease, when will my skin disease completely cured? Only when you die. So, because when you die, then all would be gone. All kind of diseases would be gone. We think that our bodies is it, but actually it's the human nature. You think that the person sitting here is Tsang Yen Lu, but not necessarily. So, is this hand Tsang Yen Lu? No. Is this foot Tsang Yen Lu? No. Is the heart Tsang Yen Lu? No. So you think you can be in control of yourself, but no. Why? Because when you suffer from stroke, then your hand does not belong to you anymore. Your foot also doesn't belong to you because you cannot walk, you cannot use your hand. You think that your heart belongs to you, hey, my heart belongs to me. But when the heart stops beating, does that heart belong to you? No, of course not. If you lose your memory, like Tsang and I, the 70-year-old man, next would be 71, and one day you would lose your memory. So does your brain belong to you? No. You don't even remember your own name or your family name or your address, where you live. What belongs to you? So that's the nature. That's developing to the greatest extent. So think about it, mull over it. What thing belongs to you? There is nothing that really belongs to you. Even your face keeps changing. When you were a student, when you were young, when you were just being born, and then the 70-year-old you, which ones of this is truly you? It's ever changing. So what's in the news lately? Oh, I'm embarrassed to say. The leader, Tsang, the leader of the Sunflower Association. So if you have seen the news, then you would know his hand is not his. The hand would move by itself. With a thought, the hand would jump to a different place. He didn't ask the hand to move. The hand moves by itself. So it's not Tsang fault. It's the fault of the hand, because the health cannot be controlled. So when you cannot control it, then you become a repeat offender. But Grandmaster can control himself. Some people cannot control their own hands. There was a daughter of a very rich family, and she cannot control her own hands. She steals. She would pick things. So if she visits your home, then you need to keep all the precious items away from her, because her hand does not belong to her. So this Chan's hand is not his. I think of it as a kind of a sickness, illness, that with a thought the hand just moves automatically, although he knows it's not right, but he cannot control his hands. But Grandmaster can control himself. In the past, Grandmaster with his girlfriends, when Grandmaster needs something, would ask, "May I kiss you?" So I need her to agree. If she doesn't reject, then that's fine. So that's okay, that's acceptable. It's not considered infringement. If without permission then you perform the international greeting, then that's not accepted. I've asked Secretary General Liao, so can you kiss each other on the lips? No. The international greetings are kissing on the cheeks. So you don't kiss on the lips. Or you need to get permission. And Grand Master is truly under control, so everybody is safe, completely safe. So it's very difficult to say it very, very clearly. That's human nature. It's instinctive. So what is the no self or non-ego? You came from this human nature. And you are manifesting the profundity of the emptiness. All the Buddhas would manifest the profundity of emptiness, and Kala Chakra is between birth and no birth, or between arising and non-arising. This is very important. This is key. So that's why I said, so you completely developing to the greatest extent, which means you push your human nature to the extreme, and then you manifest the profundity of the emptiness. This is talking about enlightenment. So you are pushing the nature to the extreme and manifesting the profundity of the emptiness. That's about enlightenment. Now, when you write something, don't write the author. The author in Chinese is like it's penned by, because now we don't use pen anymore, but you can use, it's by the keyboard. But in Chinese, that means it's like a crook. It's also play of words of Chinese. This is another joke with the play of words. The swordman can also mean like a crook. And then also else, how about the cell phones nowadays? We write by touch. So it would call, actually touch would also mean animals. This play of words of Chinese. So this is ever changing. In the past, when we write an article, we would say it is penned by, but now it is you write on the keyboards with the computer. So you don't write it's penned by so and so. So human life is always ever changing. It's changing all the time. I remember in the past, Jay Cho is getting married recently with Kunling. Jay. Oh, when I was young, my hair was like Jay's. So my hair was like Jay's, and I was really cool. Only my figure may be losing to Jay's. Oh, Jay Cho is also not tall. Oh, I thought he was tall and handsome. Oh no. Then we were about the same. So when I was young, I was like that, with hair drooping halfway, covering half of my eyes. and I would sway my hair. Now I have no more hair. Oh, now what have I become? But everything is ever changing. So this is all about changes. And the Buddha Dharma is spoken by the Buddha. Everything is impermanent, and that is ever changing. So when you know about this nature, you know it is ever changing too, and you marvelously observe the nature. And then you would know, you would comprehend that it turned out to be empty. Even you yourself is actually intrinsically empty. So where is your mind? Well, you would say, well, my mind is my thoughts, or my five senses, the vision, the hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. So what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, or what you touch, or what you perceive with your mind. But when you separate them, there isn't anything left in the mind or heart. So that's why mind, heart, does not exist. Even the body also doesn't exist. So that's the profundity of emptiness. That's the key point. Atai's uncle told Atai, I'm dying. Just say that I got AIDS, don't say it's cancer. And Atai said, but uncle, AIDS is really horrible. But sure. Oh, yeah, okay, it may sound horrible, but at least your end would be safe from man. So, he's very smart. So his wife would be safe from any man. So let me tell you that lots of things change. So when you engage, then you engage. When you're married, then it's cut off. It's cut. Solved. So engage is engaged. When it's marriage, it's confirmed. It's like it's judged. But no, not necessarily. But you never know that all the it only started and it's still a long way off. So that's why every time I give a wedding blessing, I never guarantee that you would stay loving till the end of your life. But what happens if you are separated in the future? Then you can enjoy. You can join the sangha to become monks and nuns, become spiritual companions. So there are also changes. So you can make plan, but plan changes. So the nature developing to the extent, meaning the nature also changes, and then you enter into the realm of no self and then no birth. And that's manifesting the profundity of emptiness. We all know that Grandmaster has many past lives. Many past lives. But they're all gone. And no birth arising. And soon this life too will become past life, and it will also be gone. So that's manifesting the profound meaning of emptiness. You need to comprehend this. So from this, you would be enlightened to a concept, and that would be called enlightenment, to a certain concept. One day the wife was really moved and said, "You know, after so many years of marriage, you still keep my photo in your wallet." And the husband said, "Well, when I encounter problems or adversities, doesn't matter how hard it is, I would look at your photo, and I would also be photo that I would feel better." And the wife said that, "Wow, I didn't know that I have such a great effect on you." And the husband said, "Yeah, of course, because every time I look at your photo, I would think nothing is worse than this." It turns out that wives are the biggest problem of your life. And that's really is the case. Look at Grandmaster. Grandmaster is always mindful, thinking of Simu every day. And even during ceremonies, that she's not here and the seats is empty, but I always would greet her, Simu. By doing this, I would be freed from a lot of problems. Simu is because of her body condition. She needs to take a break, to take a rest. And for the school, she is a mother of 5 million disciples and had been busy for 40 years. She really is working very hard, and she is resolving all kinds of issues, big and small. All of them handled by her. All difficulties that the school encountered. And Grandmaster is like, doesn't care of all those issues. I don't know anything, and everything is taken care of by Simu. Only now that Simu is not here, I know that I also have some problems, that I have to handle everything by myself. But I would still check with her by phone or ask Huijin to talk to Simu for advice. Someone has this little pockets for charms. On 2015, Grandmaster Lu will be in Hsinchu. And this is a Golden Mother's little pockets with charm or talisman that Grandmaster draw, so that you will be able to get good fortune. On April 12th, for the blessing ceremony, to help the mentally retarded for fundraising. And this is $100 NT dollar each, 100 NT dollar each. They asked me to announce this. Hsinchu for you, Tsang Temple, Taiwan. That's an ad break. The husband told the wife, "Thank you that you praised my talents in front of the neighbors. Actually, you have no money, you have no look, you have no position. If I didn't say that you're talented, then they would think I'm dumb." Oh, there are 3 jokes here. I told my wife, "It's been a long time since my heart beats so fast." And then the second day, my wife took me to the jewelry shop. There was another joke in the past. The wife told the husband, "Now, when you see me, does your heart beat really fast?" Because in the past, when I saw my girlfriend, my heart would beat really fast. So the wife asked the husband, "Does your heart still beat really fast when you see me?" And in Chinese, it's like the deer is jumping all over. But the husband replied, "Oh, the deer is dead now." So the husband told the wife that now I don't have that kind of like exciting feeling anymore. So the wife took him to the jewelry shop. What is your relationship with the pig? Oh, and then he replied, husband and wife. So he's referring to the wife as pig. So that's the changes of language. Even the change in language is also incredible. So you manifest the profundity of emptiness. How do you do that? The clear blue sky is the empty nature. But is it really empty nature? No. There isn't anything that can symbolize it. Then that would be the truth. If you can comprehend it, then that would be called a true enlightenment. If something that you can think of, that is not enlightenment. Only when you cannot think of it, then it would be enlightenment. So sometimes we need to use different ways to talk about human nature and the extent of nature in order to show the profundity, the profound meaning of empty nature. Otherwise, in Buddha Dharma is only a means to attain Buddhahood, and you cannot be attached to the Buddha Dharma, because Buddha Dharma is still in the realm of existence. When you truly awaken and enlighten, then you don't need Buddha Dharma. Or when you have seen the Buddha nature, attain Buddhahood, then you don't need for Buddha Dharma. Buddha Dharma is to let you to attain Buddhahood. Once you attain Buddhahood, you have no need for the Buddha Dharma anymore. So that is manifesting the profound meaning of emptiness. And the great perfection Dharma primarily is to manifest the profundity of emptiness. And Kala Chakra Tantra ultimately also is to manifest the profundity of the emptiness. The husband asked the wife, "Why did I meet you?" "Oh, how come you meet me?" "Oh, because I am a goddess coming to repay your generosity." And the husband took a look and said, "Oh, maybe it's best if you go home, because it looks like you're taking revenge. So whether you're taking revenge or you're repaying generosity, it's hard to say. You may be really pleased to have a child, but do you know whether they are to take revenge on you or to repay you? We don't know. You only know that they have affinity with you, but whether it is good or bad, you don't know. It's the same with the married couple. Is it a good affinity or bad affinity? You don't know. You don't necessarily know. So there is a profound meaning of emptiness here. The couple, Master Lien Miao has said that the Chinese sound of Fu Qi sounded like mutually cheating. It's a play of word of Chinese. Is that the case? I don't know. So there is empty nature in here. The mom is bathing the twins and placed them on the bed, and one of them is laughing really loudly. Why? And he said, "Oh, you bathed my brother twice and I haven't taken a bath." So I don't know. In reality, at this age, 70s, 80s, you start to forget, you become forgetful. You're forgetting lots of things. So I like to tell you. So sometimes I take so many of the supplements that you give me, and sometimes I don't take any. Sometimes I thought that I have taken them, but actually not. There are so many bottles of supplements at home. Forgetful. There is benefit to be forgetful. When you're forgetful, you are not afflicted. You have no problems. You have no troubles. You forget about everything. If you remember them, then you're so full of it. You can't even. You remember too many things. There is the profundity of empty nature in here. If you empty yourself, then you will be free. If you remember, then you can fall asleep. But if you remember and you think of a lot of things, then you would lose sleep. In a small village, the chief is going for his rounds, and there was a little kid being unhappy sitting on the side of the road. And the chief asks, "What are you doing here? It's late. Why don't you go in?" "Oh, my mom and dad are arguing." "Why? Well, who's your dad?" "I don't know." So that's what they are arguing about. So what this proves Master Lien Miao's words. Oh, now I remember a joke. Let me share to conclude today's talk. There was a village, and there was a father, everybody is a Catholic, and there was a lady that would go for what is it called? Confession, and told the father, and then the father said, "Why don't you just say that you fall? Don't say that you had an affair." So there are many ladies that say, "Oh, I fall once." Then the father forgive her, and now you're free of the sin. And then this father left, and there was a new father in the church. So the chief of the village told the new father. The chief told the old father that having an extramarital affair is like falling, but the new father wasn't told. And then so the father said that told the chief that we need to fix the road, so the road would be smooth. So because too many ladies fall, and the chief laughed. And the father said, "What are you laughing at? Because your wife had fallen 3 times this week." So let me tell you that husband and wife, they are ever changing. Let me tell you, children, they are closest to you, even they ever change. Let me tell you, your friends, your best friends, are also ever changing. Let me tell you, now, the master that you love most, the most precious masters, also changes, ever changes. So the ordained monks and nuns, they are also ever changing. Let me tell you, all people are ever changing. They all changes forever, ever changing. And from this, you need to comprehend the profundity of the empty nature. What is I? What is you? What is he or she? Or what